Welcome back to another video, and it's another slopes video. Not done one of those for a while because they had that disastrous interview with Tommy, which I made 6 videos about because it just went on for so damn long. It was about as long as the bloody latest Bond film. In fact, I think it was exactly the same length of time, 2 hours 43 minutes. I've still not seen that film. I'll get round to it at some point, but quite frankly, the previous 4, well, the Casino Royale was good, but Royale. Quantum of Solace wasn't terrible, but Skyfall and Spectre were bloody awful. So yeah, I've not been in a rush to go and see No Time to Die. I know it's out on Blu-ray and all the rest of it, but anyway, Slopes is back, and he looks like he wants to kill me from from that stance, that sort of image. He's basically saying this is his last ever Amico video for now, it seems. There's something in the description, I've not looked too closely at it, about for when he makes the Kickscammers video. I mean, quite frankly, from when he makes the Kickscammers video, you know, and then he can't see the biggest scam under his frigging nose. It's a very odd situation. Unless he really wanted Tommy to, I don't know, be his friend like DGC wants him to do the honours. But who knows? Who knows what goes on in the mind of another person on the planet. We can say that about a certain chap in Russia at the moment, but I won't go into that. Anyways, so yeah, it's only a 15-minute video, so wonder why it's so short. But anyway, we'll look at it. So he looks like he wants to kill me, but we'll just go back to the start of the video, if I can make it go back to the start. Yeah, okay. So let's we'll see what there is to see anyway.
It's Amico time! Amico!
Yeah, that aged well. That's those corporate shills. Well, they're investors, weren't they? All pretending to be excited about the Amico, just so you gave them extra money to add to their $17 million fund, which they pissed up the wall or took away to some island somewhere. So they just some sort of special account somewhere, Swiss bank account. That's what I'm thinking of. Just so you never see that money again. And I wonder if Slopes has still got his Amico pre-order in. I hope not. I hope he's got his money back, but you never know.
Oh dear, yeah. Let's chat about the Amico.
Amico, because if anything brings the hits, it's the Amico.
The final time, guys.
Final my ass.
This is the final time I'm going to be bringing up the Amico until I make that video.
And I wonder when he makes that video, if he'll actually put it on his channel that people watch, not his Extra Slopes channel where he gets less views than I do. And that's on a channel with about 8,000 or 9,000 subscribers last time I looked. And on his main channel he gets 150,000 subscribers. Yet he can't. Yeah, when he sets up a second channel, he can't get as many hits as I do on my channel, which is a very odd situation. You'd think he'd be trying to draw in as many people as possible from his main channel to his second channel. But anyway.
The Kickscammer video. And for good reason. So, yeah, let's get into this thing. I do apologise.
I'll just say this this video is sponsored by some very nice red wine I bought from Aldi. God knows what it was called. I think it's Koolyburra. It's not sponsored at all, by the way. It was a joke. But yeah, you go to, if you're in Aldi, it's got like a purple label, Koolyburra, something like that. And yeah, have a nice tumbler of red wine. And it makes you feel very, very mellow after you've had a nice tumbler. I don't drink loads. God, if I drank a whole bottle, I'd be on the floor. I couldn't manage a whole bottle anyway, but not down the throat anyway. Maybe somewhere else. I don't know. Anyways, you don't want to hear about that. But yeah, I don't want to. I don't want to drink too much. But yeah, one tumbler full, and that's enough. And I do like a nice glass of red wine on a Friday night.
Straight off the bat that this video isn't, got the lighting all set up and, the background and the backlights, all that sort of stuff. But, yeah, this is normally my day off. I'm actually off to go help a friend move some stuff.
In other words, he's just making a quick video for the hits.
stuff into a new house, and but yeah, I've decided, you know, I want to put the camera on. I'm going to chat to you guys. I was going to put this into a comment on a video that I've literally only just seen, covering me and a few other people, saying that they're, you know, not too happy about my coverage leading up to this point regarding the Amico, but I thought,
well, because you've been a massive shill.
well, hey, the way I'm going to get most people to see this is if I put this on my channel. I've actually been quite negative about...
On your second channel that hardly anyone watches, not your main channel. Put it on your main channel, then we'll talk.
About the Amico on the podcast, but that doesn't get as many views or as many listens as, you know, my videos do. So,
well, it won't on this channel either.
so hey, let's do it in a video, and for one final time, let's chat about the Amico before I make the Kickscammer video.
I wonder if he's going to kick himself.
Regardless of if this thing's ever going to come out or not, you will be seeing a Kickscammer video on this whole thing showcased.
Someone just made a comment on my Slopes Part 2 video saying, why are you're rambling, you're talking rubbish, you're not getting to the point, I turned off after 10 minutes, and why are you going on about his hairy arms? Well, because he's got very hairy arms, that's why.
The mental lead up to its release or failure. This entire journey has been absolutely...
That's the and the point, he never invested any money. Apparently he still hasn't. And Tommy sent him just out of the blue. Tommy Tallarico, who had to buy his own Amico boxed editions, if we believe that, just out of the blue sent free ones to Slope. Apparently, even though, you know, he never asked for them, and so why would you just send them halfway across the world? It still doesn't make any kind of sense whatsoever.
Crazy, and it needs to be documented. I am actually working on something right now with a few people, on, I would say, on the pro and the haters, the cult and the hater side of the Amico camp, to try
wonderful feature,
and make sure I get all of the information I can so I can really make a nice in-depth video. But you're not...
And yeah, I think I'll make a reaction to that as well. By the way, this is a blind reaction. I've not watched this before.
Going to be seeing it until that final nail has been hit, whether it gets released or, you know, it doesn't. That is when you're going to...
It won't get released.
...be seeing this thing. So yeah, I've got to be clearing up a few things here. I do appreciate the feedback. It is actually quite sobering to see how many videos that I make on this thing can be taken negatively. I suppose let's start off, you know, I did back the Amico a long time ago, way before I ever spoke to Tommy, because I like the look of the console. This is me being honest.
Because he wanted a foot bath.
Would I put money towards this thing now, besides, you know, paying for the rest of my order if and when it ever does come out? Absolutely.
For crying out loud, just get your money back. It's not coming out.
Absolutely not. I have said multiple times on the podcast that I do actually not believe that the system will ever now see the light of day. And I've actually advised people to not back the Start Engine campaign when it was live.
That Start Engine campaign, which has since been taken down from the internet. And a whole ton of comments in there. I commented on a lot of the comments at the time. But the whole thing has been removed from the internet, and Ninja Kitty has got a great series of videos about all of that. So yeah, go check out Ninja Kitty's channel.
I personally do like the look of this system, even now. I know the games look old and it's underpowered, which, you know, a lot of people bring up. But for me, this system looks exciting, and that is why I backed it originally. Again, I did not put any money towards the system when things started going south, and I've never invested. I will never invest in this thing, and as stated,
he's not an investor.
I do not suggest anybody else does invest either. I also think it's probably worth pointing out that the first time I ever spoke to Tommy was actually after the reveal of the... Look
at that. That's true love there from John Avocado.
I also think it's probably worth pointing out that the first time I ever spoke to Tommy was actually after the reveal of the physical media. I mean, spoke properly.
I still wouldn't call it physical media. It's just trinkets and nothing else. It doesn't actually do anything. They claim you just tap that on the console, that card on the right hand side, and then it'll just automatically download the game from servers which don't exist. But there's no card reader in the console. They've never shown that. They've never proved it. you'd have to take him on trust. And when it comes to trust, Tommy Tallarico has been full of fucking shit. So you couldn't trust him any more than you could throw him. Actually, you probably could throw him because he is quite short. He's about 5'1", 5'2". I mean, I'm 5'7", but yeah, you could probably throw me. Unless I'm 5'6" now. I'm not quite sure. I might have shrunk a bit. I don't know. I had a bit of a big birthday recently. I turned 29, so of course again. So yeah, I might have shrunk. I don't know, but I'm certainly not Tommy's height, so I could probably throw him. I don't know.
Commented a couple of times when he commented on like the MDK video or whatever else, but since then we've only ever had maybe 2 or 3 Skype conversations since or before that time, and very few messages outside of that on things like Facebook.
Just 4 hours of interview. I didn't. Well, I think I saw a bit of the first one, but it was all about Tommy and not about the Amico, so I just stuck with the Amico one.
I've never taken part of these secret meetings. I didn't even know they existed before the pro Amico people started leaking that these secret info meeting things actually happened. I think that's a stupid way to run a business. But yeah, I was never
The whole thing's been a stupid way to run a business.
part of them, nor did I even know they were a thing. In short, guys, I have always tried my best to be honest.
That looks like the smallest ping pong table ever. Just needs a net in the middle and the appropriate size bat and ball.
Which actually weirdly has turned me into a very dishonest person in a lot of people's eyes. The unboxing that I did, full of all of that, nor did I even know they were a thing. In short, guys, I have always tried my best to be honest, which actually weirdly has turned me into a very dishonest person in a lot of people's eyes. The unboxing that I did, full of all of those cards, I actually think was 70 to 80% negativity. I do remember
Wonder why.
thinking that they were quite a cool idea. I had my reservations, but I understood that most people didn't like them, and that is why I brought in other people to showcase their opinions, and the end result was 70-80% negativity on that unboxing video.
I wonder still who Top Hat Gaming Man and Lady Decade, who writes their scripts? Who writes the scripts for Lady Decade? I don't know. I'm saying Decade because that's whenever I hear Gordon Brown on TV, he can't say Decade. Okay, she's known as Lady Decade. Gordon Brown, for whatever reason, if you ever watch him on TV, he can't say decade. You ask him and he just says Decade. Not Live Aid, but Decade. Just why he thinks about... Maybe Gordon Brown likes to think about dicks a lot. I don't know what goes on in his little mind. But, yeah, I thought the same thing when he was in power.
And I'll tell you now, I do remember that Tommy he seemed quite desperate to want to see or at least hear.
Yeah, why can't... Look at that inside that box. Why can't... That's shipping all the way from America? Just...
80%.
So there's a little bit of... that's shocking, that is. That's sent all the way from America with a tiny bit of bubble wrap at the top and fuck all elsewhere. That's shockingly poor. Just Tommy Tallarico, why didn't you just get a bigger fucking box and then you could have put more bubble wrap all around it? Look at Amazon. They give you cavernous boxes. Some of the boxes you get from Amazon, you could build a fucking TARDIS in.
Negativity on that unboxing video. And I'll tell you now, I do remember that Tommy he seemed quite desperate to want to see or at least hear the opinions of...
Tommy is very desperate. Desperate for everyone's cash.
Everybody in that video before it was released, which I didn't show him. And nobody at the company, as far as I'm aware, ever shared it. I'm pretty sure they were not a fan of that video at all.
I wonder why it wasn't very positive.
So the pro Amico people, or at least the people at Intellivision, didn't like it, and then the people that hate or very much against the Amico, they didn't like it either. That was a lose-lose situation for me. Perhaps, if I was 100% negative, then, it would have been accepted by the wider community. But again, this is me being honest. If it works as advertised, I think this would have been a cool way of doing things. Of course, as, more information has come out since then, and I've actually become more savvy and aware of everything, I've become less enthusiastic. But again, for the time, I was being honest. And the end result is a video that's for the most part negative, but obviously not negative enough. Moving on to the interview. I know that the interview that I did rubbed people up the wrong way, but
it's a joke.
I still believe that
It was a bum-crawling joke, just had his tongue up Tommy's arse the whole fucking time.
Unless I went in going crazy negative towards Tommy, it was always going to be taken like that. The fact is that outside of everything Amico, Tommy is a very well-respected musician.
Hang on. You don't have to be crazy negative towards Tommy Tallarico. You just have to be fucking honest. And you didn't come across as any way honest whatsoever.
In going crazy negative towards Tommy, it was always going to be taken like that. The fact is that outside of everything Amico, Tommy is a very well-respected musician, and
no, he's a fucking dick.
Rightfully so. In my eyes, for part one at least, he does deserve respect, and that's why I gave it to him.
He doesn't deserve respect. He doesn't deserve respect when he's stealing $17 million from people.
That is why I separated the Amico section and the interviewing history part of interviewing Tommy. You go back and look at all of the other interviews I've done with like the Oliver twins and Seth and I think I did a few other ones as well back in the day. I've always shown people the same respect because I've brought them on there because I'm a fan of their work, and they deserve respect when it comes down to gaming history. Now, moving into part two, the vast majority of the questions actually did not come from me. I put several...
Okay, yeah, part two was the one where he talks about the Amico, so part one was just talking about himself, and I gave that a wide berth.
Post out on Twitter and on my YouTube posts and stuff like that, asking for people to suggest questions, and then I condensed all of those and took out the really,
took out all the most positive ones he could come up with.
Horrible ones, of course. I asked them, and that's basically the end result. Part two was that. I do admit that, I should have probably gone a bit harder on him, and I think I...
Ooh, harder, sir. Harder. Ooh, Fadar. Ooh. Suits you, sir.
Need to probably do a little bit more research before speaking to other people like this in the future.
But yeah, research helps.
For example, when Tommy explained that the cards had more on them than just the URL.
What Tommy was talking out of his fucking arse the entire time. There's no research you can do against what Tommy's saying because it's complete and utter bullshit. Yeah, if you want to do research on what Tommy's saying, go down some toilets, some public toilets, and just look around the U-bend on every single cubicle, and you'll find all the shit that's come out of Tommy's mouth.
I asked him, okay, what else is on the card? He said he couldn't tell me.
Yeah, because there's fuck all. He couldn't tell you because there is nothing.
And in my mind, you wouldn't push Nintendo or any other company when they said they can't tell you.
Oh, God, just ask the fucking questions.
Something, and that backed me into a corner. I didn't really know what else to say.
You just didn't want to offend him, because if you'd tried to push him on it, he would have just left the interview, and then you'd have just been left with holding your dick in the air. You just wanted to keep him on side. Admit it. So you couldn't ask the hard questions. It would have been like if you look up the Bee Gees on Clive Anderson Talks Back. Then again, they walked out of the show, but then again, he didn't even ask them any hard questions. He's quite affable. And then at one point, they said, it's great. Look it up. I can't play it, obviously, but they said he was asking them previous band names that they called themselves, and they said, and it's difficult. I'm sure last time I looked this up, I could only find it actually on Wikipedia, as in relating to what they said to him at the time, and whether it actually happened or not is a different matter. But they said they were called Les Tossers. That was their previous band name, and he said, Clive Anderson says, "Well, you'll always be Les Tossers to me." And And then they said at one point, I mean, they were setting themselves up. They should have gone with it. At one point, Barry Gibb says they had a song once out called Don't Forget to Remember. And quick as a flash, because he's brilliant, Clive Anderson. I wish he was still on TV. Quick as a flash, they say Don't Forget to Remember. Quick as a flash, Clive Anderson says, oh, well, I've forgotten it already. But as soon as he said the late tossers, you always be late tossers to me. Barry Gibb says, oh, you're the tosser, pal. And he stands up and walks out. And I think Robin Gibb, I mean, sadly, they've all died apart from Barry. But then Robin stands up and says, oh, I'm trying to think what he said. I think he just said he was going to go as well. And then, I think he said, yeah, I'd better go as well. And then Morris Gibb is still there at that point. But he's trying to take the microphone off his shirt. And he says, Clive says, oh, go on, stay. I'll ask you questions. And Morris just says, oh, I don't do impressions. As if he's going to speak for the others. And then he just takes that and then walks off. Clive Anderson's left with his dick in his hand. But it's brilliant anyway, yeah. Clive Anderson talks back. It's from around 1999, I think. Was it earlier? About 99, I think. And, interviewing the Bee Gees. Fucking hilarious.
I'm probably not the fastest person on my feet when I'm speaking to people like this, and this is definitely something that I need to improve on. Apologies for not hitting it harder, but I literally didn't know what else to say to.
He could have just call him out on his bullshit.
Follow on from stuff like that. And finally, the latest video where I explain, my new thoughts on the Amico. Yeah, that one was completely taken out of context, and it's not your guys' fault, it's 100% my fault. That video was supposed to showcase how I was losing faith in the system from a retro gaming standpoint.
Who had faith in the first place?
If this system ever was going
certainly once all the once the scam was out
to succeed, then the only way they were going to be able to do it was to market it towards a casual consumer market, possibly even pushing it into religious stores. I'm not in, nor do I know anything about these particular types of communities. All I do know is that they are absolutely massive, and yeah, they're incredibly wealthy as well. Is this thing going to come out? No, I'm 99% sure this
100% sure. Be 100% sure.
Thing's not going to come out. The only reason I'm not 100% sure is because, like I've covered in previous Kickscammer videos, there is that insanely small, however unbelievable chance that someone could come along from one of these particular communities and throw down all the money needed to finish the project.
Not a chance in hell.
And they could then just get enough out to please the backers,
There's more chance of a certain chap in Russia going, hey, do you know what? I'm being a dick. I better stop what I'm doing in the Ukraine. Yeah, there's more chance of that happening than the Amico coming out. And
then not go any further from that than that. That might happen. I don't believe it will. I'm almost 100% certain that it won't be coming out. My advice to anybody that is possibly thinking on investing in this is to not do that thing.
I don't think you can now anyway. Obviously, we know as I mentioned, they closed the start engine, so there's no outlet available to give them money unless you want to do a bank transfer to Tommy or Phil Adam.
I don't think you should, because I don't think it's going to come out. It's definitely not going to become a success in any way, shape or form compared to any other system.
They're $8 million in debt anyway. About 8.6 million last time they commented. Well, the information came out, so that was about 2 or 3 months ago, so they'll be even more in debt now.
That I own, even down to things like the Evercade. Like, the Evercade's going to sell stupidly more, and has sold stupidly more than the Amico ever would if that ever did come out. But yeah, that's again, I'm being honest with you guys. At the end of the day, I do like the look of this system that was at least advertised. Some of those games look great fun for multiplayer sessions. Even though the lag was incredible. And the vast majority of people that have played them, for the most...
Yeah, look at the way they act like that.
Great fun.
Watch this bit.
For multiplayer sessions and the...
In what world is a whole family playing a racing car game, presumably, where you all turn the wheel at exactly the same time, and all you can, in fact, you can just turn the control around. You don't have to just jerk the whole control around like that. That's just stupid. I had a mate when I was at school. I had a mate who used to come around and play on my Atari 2600, or just the Atari VCS as it was back then. And rather than just take the joystick control and just sort of move it up, down, left, right, etc., he actually sort of yanked it all. He just completely turned to one side and yanked it. I was like, Christ, you're going to break the fucking thing. He was a bit of a twat as well. But why is that guy on the right? Why has he got tattoos? When you can't even see them, can you? What's that say on there? Belarus? I don't know. I can't fucking read it. Then again, there was the woman on. I mean, she was white, but she had a whole sleeve tattoo. I don't understand tattoos anyway, but she had a whole sleeve that basically turned her whole arm blue. There's no definition in it whatsoever. Why? Okay, if you're gonna have some silly, if you're gonna have a pattern on your arm, at least be able to make it fucking visible, unlike his. And for hers, it was just completely blue all down one upper arm. What's the fucking point of that when you can't? If there's no definition, you may as well nip down B&Q, get a tin of blue paint, and just stick your arm in it. Be cheaper as well.
Vast majority of people that have played them, for the most part, seem to also really like them.
Because they were investors.
Heck, I'm happy to go on record and say that I like the box too. Let's really dig
not the unboxing. Good God.
Myself a hole and say that I thought the UA was fine. I haven't.
Oh, fuck off. The UI was just fucking bollocks. It was just absolutely piss poor in the extreme.
Really got any major issues with it. I don't know why everyone was so upset about it, if I'm honest.
Oh, God.
I do like the look of this system. Whether you hate me for liking something that's got very old tech in it.
That's a funny video, that part. Let's just play that back again.
I do like the look of this system. Whether you hate me.
This bit where they're tapping the screen endlessly, and it's not changing because the controllers are shit.
For liking something that's got very old tech in it or not, I don't really care. I'm a retro gamer. I like playing old stuff and old looking stuff.
Even stuff that costs more than the Switch. For if you had it with two controllers, what, $340, including two controllers? Takes a piss.
Is mentally overpriced, and in an ideal world, if this thing did come out, that is going to be the thing that kills it. But I don't think we're going to get that far. And well, that's it really, guys. Like I said, this is going to be the last.
I don't know. I'm not even sure if the Amico's bro.
Last video I make on the Amico. I'm not chasing it for views, hence why I haven't made.
Oh, that's why he's made a video, because he's not chasing it for views. Duh.
A video on this, I could definitely become that person and make a video with views. Hence why I haven't made a video on this.
Yeah, Earthworm Jim. That lasted well. So yeah, they talked about. It came out earlier in the week about all the Earthworm Jim videos just disappearing off the Intellivision channel. I didn't make a video about it because when I make a video, I want to make a video like this where I can talk about it for some considerable time. If I make a video that's like half an hour, 40 minutes, people watch at least half of it, if not all of it. But if I made a video talking about Earthworm Jim disappearing from Intellivision, but they just probably privated the videos. Because there's not going to delete them all. It's not going to be like an OEBP situation. Windy Pops, that's a red wine Windy Pops. It would have been like a 2-minute video talking about Earthworm Jim. And what's the point? Who's going to watch that? And even if people watch it, oh dear. The total watch time on a particular video is next to nothing.
Could definitely become that person and make a video weekly talking about this thing to try and pull in the views.
I should do. I could have done reactions to it, and we could all have benefited. But
I've always tried my best to make the best content that I can, even for this, this channel, the second channel, and be as honest as I can. That's the most important thing. Out of those 3 videos that I've made, the first one with the unboxing, like I say, was mostly negative.
Yeah, because it was rather a joke.
The interview, like I said, I should have pushed harder. Well, obviously on that second part, I still think the first part was completely fine because he deserves respect.
Does he? After stealing $17 million from people, I don't think so.
From a retro gaming standpoint, he's a huge member of the retro gaming community, and
No, he's full of shit.
and done some incredible things in the past. He deserves respect, but that's
No, excuse me. He's just made a whole load of shit up. He may have done some of what he claims, but like he didn't have any part to play in Aladdin on the Mega Drive, was it? He's just been full of shit from start to finish.
second part. Yes, I should have definitely pushed harder, but I was backed into a wall and I didn't really know what to how to respond. I didn't know how to respond to some of those questions. So, hands up. I didn't do the greatest job in that sense. And yeah, like I say, for the first part, that is 100% my fault. That was supposed to come off as almost as a negative video, but I just went and looked back at it because I don't watch my videos after I make them. I'll check them. Okay, that's good. Upload it, and I'll probably never watch them again.
Well, you must watch it back when you sort of going through it just to check you've not made any gaffes or anything before you upload it. Maybe not.
I just went back and watched it for the first time, and I'm like, wow, that's a very positive video. When in actual fact, I don't think I was quite surprised that I didn't say the words "I don't think it's going to come out" because I did an interview, not an interview, sorry, I did a podcast. I think it was either the following week or possibly even the week before. And I literally, I'm sure it was around that time anyway. And I said, this isn't coming out. I'm almost certain this system isn't going to come out. So I'm annoyed I didn't say that in the video. I don't think it's going to happen. This isn't any kind of insider knowledge or anything like that. These are my opinions, my thoughts, my honesty. Yeah, I don't think this is happening. But I wanted to sort of clear the air a little bit there. I'm sorry that I've upset so many people. I do understand that at the end of the day,
It didn't upset me. It was I've made a nice lot of hits out of it. Thank you very much.
You see that box right there? That's a new game that someone sent to me because I hate to use this word because I do technically influence people in a sense. Influencer. Oh, hate it. But hate looking at myself in any way like that. But I understand why companies would talk to me like that because I am going to influence people. So when I talk positively about something, it's going to definitely influence people. It's going to influence them. So I was just trying to think of any word to use except for influence then. Sorry.
Effluence?
Sorry. But yes, yeah, I understand that, my positivity is going to promote people, promote products like that. You see what I'm saying when I said I'm not too great with my words with the interview? I'm not too fast on my feet. So yeah, I do apologise in that sense, but I still think that I have been honest. I still think the Oh, you can see them up there. Actually, there they are. I still think the cards are actually a cool idea if they work like it says on paper, but will they?
No.
There's only one way to find out. Get the system out. Is that ever going to happen?
No.
I don't think so, but hopefully it does. I really hope the system comes out. I hope the system comes out.
It won't.
And it's the success it needs to be to continue on at Intellivision, but I don't think it will. Sadly. Look, anyway, I'm going to go because it's getting late and I need to get around my friend's house and help him out with a few things. And yeah, we're going to end it there.
I think he's just got to go and put the TV on for a bit. Catch up with Holmes Under the Hammer.
Time you hear me talk about the Amico, besides in the podcast, go support the podcast, Slopescast.
No thanks.
Is if and when it ever comes out. And that big ass Kickscammer video pops up on the main channel. It'll happen. Much love to you all.
If you know it's a scam now, why the fuck don't you get your money back? Duh.
Thank you so much for your support. And like I say, all the people out there, I don't look at you as haters or negative.
Yes, you do. That's why you made a tweet about me.
Nancy's or anything like that.
Nancy's. That's something else, I think. Did you say Nancy's?
As haters or negative Nancy's or...
Oh, negative Nancy's. So yeah, kind of. Yeah, I thought he was calling me a Nancy boy, but Yeah, that's something else entirely. Yeah, like a negative Nelly. That's more the sort of common phrase. Just I don't know. Just say no to negativity. That's what I say. Just say no to negativity.
Anything like that. I do appreciate the feedback, and I'm hoping at least this video showcases that I do take on the feedback, and I'm hoping to do better in the future because of it. So thanks. Much love, everyone. DJ Soap signing out. Hopefully I'll see you all next time. Bye bye.
Is he a DJ? Oh well, there we go. At Technology Connections, they have a video about heat pumps, which I think they cost more to install into your house than they do for any savings you get back. This is all like a reflection of things you looked up before. So yeah, a bit of Flock of Seagulls. I've not looked up Steve Miller Band, but Abracadabra. God, that was a fucking incredible song. Watch a bit of Gamers Nexus. And Emotions of Obsession came up on Canadian Gamers channel in one of his videos the other day, and I listened and then brought up that song. I think I'm subscribed to them. I've watched quite a number of bits and pieces of the Amiga A500 videos, and that's Darius's win number 66, the 30-second video. So yeah, there we go. That's Slope just pretending to care about the Amigo, and he's not doing it for hits. Not doing it for hits whatsoever. Anyways, I'll leave it there for now. So please like this video, share it with your friends, subscribe if you haven't already, click on the bell for all the notifications, and cue Genesis.